Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello, my name is Olivia Brown and I am currently a fourth year undergraduate student at UCLA studying anthropology, and today we are going to be talking about the courses that I'm taking. Now, as it says in the title, I am both an anthropology student and biology student, so I do have a little bit of both. I am an evolutionary medicine minor, so that is why I'm taking biology courses, and without further ado, let's just jump into it. Now, if you haven't seen any of my other previous videos on anthropology, I believe I have 3 that I'll show right here. Feel free to go check them out. Some of them have more anthropology courses in them. Some of them have more biology courses in them. It's a good time. Go check them out. But now, what am I taking this quarter? So the first class that I'm really excited to talk about is something called an Anthropology Honors Seminar. And I have touched on this in some of my other anthropology related videos, but it is actually a really small class. There's about 12 students, where each student in the class actually gets to conduct their own research project. Now, this class is extremely self-driven. There is not a lot of guidance from the professor. It's 3 hours long and you go in every single week and we literally just sit in a big circle and talk about everyone's projects every single week and the progress that we've made. Now, this course is not actually a one-time, one-quarter course. You actually take it every single quarter for 2 years if you get into it. So each quarter actually has a different emphasis on a different part of the research process. So this quarter, we're focusing on data and data processing and how to come up with an argument that is backed by your data. So that's been really interesting to hear everyone in the class talk about the data that they collected over the summer and what it means and where they think they're going with it, because at the end of the year, we have to have a thesis written up, which is going to be a lot of work, and I'm not quite ready for that yet, but it's been a really great time and honestly amazing experience to be a part of this class and this anthropology cohort. Now, the next course that I'm taking, we're switching gears a little bit because it is in the biology department. And this course is Evolution, Development, and Disease, which is really interesting and really prevalent to the times that we're in right now, given there is still a pandemic going on. Now, this class is all about the intersection between development and evolution, as I've said. To anyone who is familiar with biology, there is often a disconnect between how developmental processes occur and how evolutionary processes occur. And this class really dives into that intersection and how these two fields are extremely related and how it's really important that we need to understand the relationship between the two of them. I will say this class is a little bit harder than some of my other courses. It's pretty demanding. We have quizzes relating to every single lecture, and then on top of that, we have exams about every 2 weeks. So you really got to be on top of things in this bio class, but if anything, you can't get behind. Like, if you fall behind, then you're done. So you're forced to stay on top of things, which I would say is a good thing. Now, the third class that I'm taking is called Public Health 150, and this is just like the introductory class into public health. Now, public health actually goes towards my minor, and again, what a great thing to be studying during the pandemic. Now, something that I didn't actually know about public health before taking this class is how interconnected it is with statistics. So, for example, we looked at the percent of people that die from certain diseases in different countries, and once you have this information, it's actually really helpful in creating and finding solutions to how to keep people healthy and what would be the best solution in which country and which city and all that kind of stuff. The thing that I do really appreciate about this is if we're looking at the top causes of diseases, there's this big emphasis on what we can do about that. And it's very human related. Obviously, there's huge connections to anthropology there, especially as a biological anthropology student myself. I do find this incredibly interesting. Now, the final class that I'm a part of is unofficial. It's an anthropology research lab, and I keep telling you guys that I'm going to come out with a video about how anthropology research is done, but I have been fortunate enough to do anthropology research in my 4 years at UCLA, and this definitely sounds probably pretty similar to what I just said at the beginning. I'm like, oh, I'm doing research, and now I'm saying, oh, I'm doing anthropology research again, but they're different, I promise you. One of them, the first class that I talked about, that was all about my research that I was doing. So what I'm curious about, what doesn't make sense to me about the world, and how am I going to answer that question? However, this additional research class is actually the work of a professor. So I am in this class as a research assistant doing the things that the professor wants me to do about his research. Now, I've talked about this before, but anthropology research is actually really delicate. So I'm very careful not to talk about exactly what we're looking at because that would defeat the whole research project, regardless of if it's cultural, linguistic, biological, archaeological. That's just, you know, if you can keep it under wraps, it's the best way that it's going to happen. But one day, maybe after I graduate, I can be like, hey, this is what we did. Go check out that paper that I was actually a part of, all that good stuff. So in the future, get ready for that. So those are actually all the classes that I am taking this quarter. Now, I want you guys to comment down below and tell me what you want to know about anthropology. This quarter, this year, senior year, is undeniably crazy. I'm working on grad school applications. I'm working on different funding applications. I'm keeping up with my classes. I'm trying to get more involved with the school now that things are more in person. There's just a lot going on, and I'm sure you guys on the other side of the screen are experiencing some pretty similar things as we go through just honestly such a big transition in life. So tell me what you want to see. I want to create that for you all. And lastly, before I let you go, I just wanted to really quickly say that interacting with everyone down in the comment section down below is my favorite thing in the world. As a viewer of videos, I don't really comment on a lot of YouTube videos. It's like not really my thing. I'm like, oh no, like it's whatever, like they don't want to hear from me. But I've come to find after like creating my own videos that I love having conversations with people in the comment section of my own videos. It's just really rewarding, and I love getting like a deeper understanding of who you guys are and where you're from. That just means so much to me, especially as an anthropologist. I hope you guys can see that. So if you have been hesitant to comment down below, this is the video where I urge you to say hello or tell me what interests you about anthropology. Okay, for real, I think that's all I have to say this week. I will see everybody next Sunday. All right, you guys, bye.